We are back with another video. This time we're going to be looking at the Runecraft-locked Gloryfinder gameplay. So let's get started. Let's just shuffle it, give it a little shuffle to start off with so nobody thinks I've stacked the deck here. We're going to pick the dimension shift for our glory card in this round, just to kind of show what I mean about the dimension shift not really playing a big part in the game. Like, oftentimes you won't even use it before losing or winning. Because of that, we'll just show how that works, and then in the next game we'll pick a different glory card. But anyway, let us get started. First to draw, Magic Missile Insight and 2 mechs. This is a bit tough. This does really look like a mulligan, yeah, because the 2 mechs, we don't want them in our hands. They're a turn 7, so definitely a mulligan. And let's hope for a better hand there. Wow, perfect. We got the Lashina. Wow, perfect. We got the Grand Summoning as well. This is looking to be a massive high roll. So let's start. We draw with 3 mana. We drew the Malocchio. Okay. Well, do we just pop the concentration to draw 1, heal 3, or do we start with some memes? That's funny. It's funny. I think we'll play it safe. Maybe if I was playing with some friends, I'd just drop this turn 1. However, having a 1-cost card is really nice to fill in the curve in later turns, so we're just going to play concentration. We heal 3, draw a card. The Earthright does not activate, but that is fine. So that's our turn. A lot of times Rune will leave itself open to attacks. There's not really much you can do about it, except draw your quick spells, your quick removal spells, but that relies on a bit of luck. Okay, we'll go around the table. First turn, so you're not likely to get attacked, so we will be at, you do start at 30, so we'll be at 33. Anyway, next turn we have 4 play points, draw, and there's no thinking. Of course we pop down the Lashina. The infinite value engine is starting. Next turn we will have 5 play points and we can pop these amulets as well. So already we're off to such an excellent start. But however, we might get targeted now. Right? We have just suddenly increased our aggro by a ton by playing Lashina, because everyone else knows, hey, I am going to get infinite health and I am going to do infinite damage. So, bit tricky. We are on a clock. We've put ourselves on the clock and we've put our opponents on the clock as well. Okay, but it goes around. Next turn, we draw with 5. Of course, we are going to play the damage, the black, and of course, actually, that brings us down to 3. So if we play the 1, we can float a 2. That seems perfect. So we play the 2 and the 1. We'll put that nicely there, and then we're going to grab a dice, and we say we're floating 2 play points. What that means is if someone attacks us with their follower, we can pop one of these 2 quick spells to destroy it and therefore not take any damage. Right? If other players know the deck and they see you float 2, they should kind of expect that. So it's a little bit of mind games, like maybe I don't have these 2, or maybe I do, or maybe I just floated 2 because I don't have a 2-drop. Right, that's the tricky thing when playing against Rune. Anyway, we'll just swing, we'll swing Lashina into someone. your best target will be aggressive decks. So sword, dragon is relatively aggressive, has a lot of storms. Abyss is relatively aggressive as well. A fairy, quite aggressive. So just determine who the biggest threat is to you, who can rush you down the fastest, and target them with your attacks. However, it's not like Runecraft is going to be attacking face that often anyway. Okay, as we go around the table, Lashina is going to get removed. Of course, it only has 4 health, so that's pretty easy. And we go into turn 6. Turn 6, we draw. Oh, hold on. Before that, we are going to pretend that someone does attack us with a follower, and we will say that it's not an evolved follower. So we can either use Surefire Bullet for 3 or Make Some Noise for 3. They both have a condition for 4. 4 is if I have Umusume. 4 is if I have an Evo. Which one is more likely? I think it's more likely that the opponent is an Evo. So we are going to burn the Umusume card first. So we burn that, we prevent maybe 3 damage to our face by destroying a follower. And we go into turn 6. So turn 6, draw. Heal 2. Deal 2 damage to everyone. And now, okay. So on turn 8, we are definitely popping the, Grand Summoning. Now, one of the problems with having these 2 amulets out is we only have 3 spaces. Therefore, actually we are on 6. Okay, so we're on 6, we're not quite there yet. We don't need to worry about board space just yet. What can we do? We're not going to pop Loki because we don't have any particularly good follow-up. Let's start with the draw. So draw. Okay, that's not bad actually. So this is actually active. Let's play it. So choose one of the following. We're going to play it for... we can play it for 3, or we could float. So right now we have 3 floating. It would be wise, I think, to float 2 here. So let's just dump Malakio. We kind of misplayed though. Should have played this first and then drawn. However, we didn't really know what we were going to draw. And 1 extra counter doesn't really matter because I don't think we are going to get to 10 or 20 or even 30 here. I think this is just going to get removed. And that being said, maybe we'll top deck the Fate's Call. What is it called? The one that shuffles the decks, shuffles the hands into the decks. Maybe we'll top deck it. I don't know. But basically we're just playing this just to get out of hand pretty much. Okay, so we float 2. As the table goes around, let's pretend that no one attacks us actually. Now, even though no one attacks us, we still want to spend our floating mana, right? We don't want to waste this floating mana because we still want to get the spells in our cemetery. So even though no one attacked us, at the end of the person before you, his turn, we're just going to pop this on a random follower. So like 3 damage to an unevolved follower, let's say, using up our float. Awesome. Then we go to turn 7. Turn 7, we draw. And this is the turn where we need to be thinking about board space. So we need to be careful that we have enough board space to play this. So we need to be able to clear our entire board, at least at the start of our next turn. How can we do that? Well, we could just leave this here, so the opponents don't know we're planning on Grand Summoning. We could just leave this here and keep it as a threat. I think it's likely that an opponent's follower will be engaged, so we could trade this in. Let's start with that. We trade in the Pure-Hearted Singer to draw 1. Not a bad card. If there are 2 mage followers, so this seems like a nice play, right? We pop down Star Reader Stella, and then we get the double effect of this. Is there any better play with 7? I think we definitely want to play Star Reader though. Or maybe Loki. But if we play Loki, it would just combo into Star Reader Stella, which is not that strong. So we're not going to do that. We are just going to Star Reader Stella first. So look at the top 4 cards of the deck. We're going to bury one. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, we do have the combo. Very, very funny. Very interesting. So we are definitely going to add this to our hand. I think we're actually going to bury Juno. I love Juno, but we're not going to be able to play it because we already have 2 amulets. We're going to board lock ourselves. Now, sure, they could get destroyed, but we are at a point in the game where Juno just isn't the play this game. So Juno is out. Ooh, this is good with the 2 amulets as well. So that's definitely going on top. This is definitely going on the bottom. Another reason why we want to keep the 1 in the deck and not discard it is because we have the 5-drop from the Grand Summoning, which pulls 1-drops out of the deck anyway. So in some sense, you want to keep at least 2 1-drops in the deck to get the most value of the 5-drop off of Grand Summoner. So some interesting lines there. Anyway, we've used 3. We have 4 now. Oh, but I just realized that if we altered fate, we won't get the Grand Summoning back. Oh, is it worth it? I think it might be. So the Malakio right now is at least 4 because draw. If we had and 5 from the Pure-Hearted Singer, and if we had played correctly, it would be at 6. But we'll say I just misplayed, so it's 5 at least. We'll say that one of the opponents drew an extra card, so it is at 6. And then if we altered fate, we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 in my hand, and we can assume 5 in everybody's hand at least. So that's 20. Okay. Wow. Maybe we could just hope it survives 1 extra turn, and then on our next turn, altered fate will definitely push us up to 30, and they wouldn't even know. Oh, really interesting. Really interesting. Okay, I think we're gonna go with the high roll line. So with 4, we do we play Truth Education? The damage won't matter if we get the Evo off there. Oh. Maybe Destructive Refrain. Deal X damage to each enemy following the field. X equals the number of items. So 2, we could clear the board with 2. Ooh, this is tricky. This is one of the problems about testing a reactive combo deck like Runecraft, is that it's so dependent on the situation of the other boards that it's a little bit hard to guess what's going to happen. Yeah, really interesting. I think... See the enemy follow? Okay. We are just going to pop Truth Education. Adjudication, sorry. 2, draw 2 cards. 1, 2, we get this nice card as well. And we also get the second effect because there's 2 rune followers. We are going to pick deal 3 damage to each enemy leader. Maybe that will not rouse suspicion, right? Because if they think I have the OTK next turn, it won't arouse suspicion, right? Because why am I dealing damage to them if I'm going to OTK them next turn? Huh? Yeah, interesting. Right. End of my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's fine. We don't have to discard. We don't float. Actually, we do float one. Maybe. No, we're not going to play this because assuming, like, let's assume someone has a low hand size. For example, I don't know, maybe Dragon or Abysscraft would usually have a little bit lower hand size. In that case, if we keep the extra card in here, it might like make the difference to get up to 30 or not. Probably not, but we'll see. We will see. It's kind of up to you. So look at how many cards are in opponent's hands and then decide, because we could just sack this for one and do nothing with it. We'll pretend we do that actually. So we play it for one to grab Lashena from the deck. Of course it's not in the deck, so it just fizzles and does nothing. And we have no floating play points. Right, that was turn 7, wasn't it? Yes. So it goes around and, well, let's just say unfortunately our dreams are ruined and our board does get cleared. Ah, that's a shame. It would have been an OTK with the Altered Fate if it wasn't, but that's fine. We have a backup plan. So draw, we have 8 cost. Time to pop the Grand Summoning. So, what do you want to pick with Grand Summoning? Well, you pretty much always want to pick the Iron Staff mechanic, so that's your 5. A Stella is usually a good 3-drop, but we drew that, so that's fine. In terms of 7, let's actually take a look at our discard pile. We don't have enough spell boost, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. You usually don't have enough spell boost to do anything on turn 8 when you play the Grand Summoning. So, this is a big threat. I think we already have attracted enough aggro with these 2 amulets. We could just pop this down and be like, hey, you know, come at me. We've already got aggro, just come at me. Ooh, that's interesting. Maybe we could Daria. Is our hand that good? No, not really. And we could fill the board with Daria. Ooh, that's interesting, but no. Because we could recycle Grand Summoning with Agnes, so we're not going to do that. Okay. Yep, we're just going to get Magaira. And what about our 3-drop? What about our 3-drop? We don't have enough for that. We don't want that because we always evo the Iron Staff mechanic in this play. I'm not going to do that. Torsen Jordan. Okay, yeah, perfect. Then we recycle this immediately. Okay. Let's resolve these first. So we Fanfare, put a 1 cost into our EX area, a cost 0. In this case, we can take a removal or... Ooh, Mystic Ring. Is Mystic Ring good here? Not particularly. We have Altered Fate, so it's not that important. Angelic Barrage depends on the state of the board. Lamp, I kind of like Lampwick, because next turn we're probably doing Agnes. And we have quite a lot of cards in hand anyway. Let's just put a removal spell in there. Right. Now I'm doing 2 preemptively, just because we are definitely evolving. So we have 2 play points left. We are going to evo our first evo for 1 here, and that's going to get us the second 1-drop here in our EXL. So both these cost 0. And do we want to attack with this? No, we don't really need to trade because this will deal 10 damage to a minion at the end of this turn. We still have 2 play points actually. Whoa, perfect, monochromatic. Actually, oh, it's a quick spell. We don't have to do it right away. Yeah, I think perfect. We're going to float that. And let's say we just play this to get rid of a follower, that's fine. And let's say we save this for next turn, just in case because it combos well with Agnes. Oh no, it doesn't, because it's racing. This is the racing one. Okay, let's just say we pop it and trade another follower. Excellent. So, on the opponent's turns, we do have 2 floating, and let's say they attack us. We deal 2 damage, heal 2, and then, I don't know, maybe they Tim us or something. But we'll say that this does survive, and then we deal 10 damage to an opponent player. And I mean, basically, we're in such a good spot. We high rolled really well. We drew really well. It's just an excellent game, really. So I did wreck the deck. I did a sneaky magician shuffle to make sure I drew excellent cards. And you see what I mean with the dimension shift, right? It just had no impact. Right, we had already high rolled the game, so it didn't matter at all. Let's pick another glory card. We are going to pick the Grand Summoning, because it is probably the best card to use as your glory card, but it does attract a lot of aggro, right? So you are a big threat on the table immediately because they see the Grand Summoning. Okay. That's good enough. I'm not gonna worry too much. Okay, let's see. Wow, I really didn't shuffle it well. That's fine. No, we want to show off something different, so I'm gonna cut here and I'm gonna shuffle a bit better. Alright, we back. You'll just have to take my word that I shuffled it better. I am doing a little bit right now just to prove it to you guys, but that's fine. We're just hoping to see some different cards so I can show some more strategies. Okay. We do have these 2 again. But it's not that good of a hand, because this is more of a mid to late game card. Sure, it's a bit reactive. This likely isn't going to get that much value with a hand like this. I think we'll just try for a mulligan. Right, we'll just see what we get. Gamble a little bit. That's what I like to do. Okay. I think that's worse, but we can Altered Fate, so saved. Draw with 3 play points. Wow, okay. That's actually just a perfect first turn play. So we're gonna pop the Star Reader Stella. We are going to look at 4, and what should we do? Okay, we are 100% taking Destructive Refrain, so we can search Lashina, so we can play it out. Doesn't matter that we saw Lashina last game. You want to see Lashina every game. It's a reasonably consistent combo, so that's totally fine here. What do we chuck out? Interesting question. Do we check out the Concentration, which is just pretty good? We're gonna draw one of these anyway. I know Ryo is definitely going on the bottom. But you know, do we want to? Which one do we draw? Which one do we discard? This is a little bit tough. Are we playing towards a combo? Fanfare is quite good here. Fanfare might be disgusting if we played on turn 7 and go to Grand Summoning. So yeah, this is our turn 7 play. We discard this, and then our turn 8 play is Grand Summoning, where we double the Fanfare. So that's going to be broken. Okay, so goes around to our next turn. We now have 4 play points, and we draw. Okay, what can we do here? So we do have evil points, of course, and well, it's obvious, right? It's obvious. We have to do Destructive Refrain and play the Lashina. Actually, okay. Let me just think for a little bit more. Next turn we will have 5. So we can actually just Destructive and Lashina on the same turn. If we Destructive now, we are not very mana efficient. Because we Destructive, and then we still have to wait until next turn to play Lashina as well. So no. No, we are not going to Destructive Refrain. We are instead going to Merlin. Merlin evos for 1 play point and 1 evolution point. Before we do that though, let's do the fanfare. Before we continue on, so just look at how many ways there are to get Lashina out, right? If you fanfare, you could even search this. There's a lot of search for 1-cost spells, like the 5 mana one. You know, so on 8, on whenever you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot of ways to get Lashina onto the board. So it's very consistent actually, surprisingly so. Anyway, what spell do we want? A little bit tricky. This is where a skill cap comes in, because you know, I'm okay at determining what spell we want to see, but I'm not the best. Again, it depends on the situation. I guess this, because we're probably going to have the amulets on board, so that's fine. Monochromatic Destruction. Let's shuffle a little bit. And then with the Evo, we can play a spell that costs 3 or less from your cemetery. So luckily we discarded this. If I had thought a little bit harder, this would have been another reason for me to discard this instead of Loki. Because I already knew that I had Merlin in the hand, so... Anyway, we play this, gain 3, draw a card, that's totally fine. We can attack with Star... Ooh... Actually, so Rune is a lot trickier than Sword, I must say. So this is the wrong ordering. I should have Fanfare Search. Before I Evo, I attack with Star Reader Stella. Its strike effect activates, which is... Look at the top card of my deck, you can put it into the cemetery. Do I want to put this in the cemetery? No. So actually it doesn't change the final outcome. But that is the correct order that you should have played, that I should have played. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is a shame. We have to discard 1. What are we going to discard? Ooh, tricky. Not any of the... ooh, maybe this? No. What if we draw Malocchio though? This definitely seems like the best drop though. Unless we don't need the board clear. It might just be Saphira. Right? We have a lot of win cons in the game. I think we can rely on our other win cons instead of Saphira. It is still very early. So I think that's not too big of a mistake, honestly. But I could bite my words. We'll never know, right? Because I won't get that late to the game with this test. But we'll see. Anyway, let's say Merlin does trade into something. The reason why we trade is because they are likely going to be aggro to us. Okay. Moving on. That was turn 4. That was a big turn. Rune has some big turns. Okay. Star Reader Stella is of course going to be removed. We're going into turn 5 now. Turn 5. Oh, perfect. Don't even need to think. We Destructive Refrain into the one and only Lashina. But I love Lashina. I love her decks in the digital one as well. Generally, I love cards which give infinite value. Maybe if you'll see a lot of my deck building, I love cards with infinite value, even if they're not good, but there's just something that tickles me. Oh, we know that's on the bottom. Shh. Okay. Yeah. So we have these in our EX area, that's fine. I like Lashina, so I got these. I think you can see them card sleeves with Lashina on them. So big fan. She's very popular, of course. One day I might get the real version of this full art, but we'll see. That's about it. Honestly, not a very strong proactive turn. We are setting up, so we could take a lot of damage here as punishment, but I think it's worth it to get these two out. Okay, turn 6, we draw. We take a bit of damage, whatever. Turn 7, we play Loki. So what do we do here? Do we get these out? Do we play a multi-part experiment and truth education? Nope, I think we'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not going to play this, we're going to float it. We're going to float it. Do we have any other cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we will have to discard one though. This is a good example of, you know, we could float it for the surprise, but we would have to give up a card in hand, so it's not worth it. So we're going to just play this now. Because we have 2 idolatry, 2 damage to a follower, 2 damage to that leader, and heal 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And we attack 2 to whoever, doesn't really matter. Perfect. As we go around, we are definitely, Lashina is definitely going to get removed, and we're going to take a bit more damage. Fine, fine. Maybe we're at 15 now. I think that's realistic. Draw, we're at 7. We're going to 16. There's no other play here. Low-key ward. Right. Everyone knows that we're going to Grand Summoning next turn. Will we win off Grand Summoning? No. But I think we could stabilize, hopefully. Is there a better play we could do with 6? I don't think so. I don't think so. So we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna pop off. Right. Okay, as the turn goes around, a Loki gets removed. Maybe we're at sub 10 health now. We'll see. Turn 8 now, we draw. And we pop the Grand Summoning. What do we pull? Well, it's actually not that strong of a turn. Because of, oh, hold on. This is perfect. We have a full hand. So we get to place all of them in the EX area and buff them. That seems very good. Again, the 5-drop is obvious. We are going to play Iron Staff Mechanic. And then the 3-drop. What do we do for the 3? Oh, Lu? We could totally get rid of all the 1-cost cards in our deck. Is there a better one? No, because we're always going to evolve this guy. What's our spell boost? It's not 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. When you play the Grand Summoning, it's always like 4 or 5, which is a shame. There really isn't any better 3. Oh, that's a draw. Do we want to draw? How many followers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, and we also need space for Iron Staff Mechanic as well. So 1, 2, 4 is the perfect amount to ditch all cards in our hand. So I think it's Lu. Okay, let us resolve. So I'm pretty sure the rules let you resolve in any order that you wish. So we're going to Freshman Lu first. What is that? A 1-cost spell. We'll say Insight. This is a 1-cost card. Malakio, anyone? I think that's fine because we buff it, so that's good. Okay, and that's the first part of it. Then we Fanfare. So Fanfare is any number of followers into our EX area. We are just going to dump all of them. Now, these are vulnerable now to EX area removal, but that's fine, you know. These aren't really win cons. They are just very powerful cards in general. So that's fine if they get banished or whatever. We still have our win cons in the deck, so no worries. Ooh, actually. Oh no, this is in our hand. Yeah, this is in an EX area. Perfect, perfect. Then we are going to play this for 0 because it's the cost 0 there. We are going to Evo for 1. Evo for 1 to get another 1 cost in our EX area, and it costs 0. So maybe this? No, we don't need to shuffle back. We'll just say this. Yeah. We'll just say that. So we've used 8, recover 2, -1, -1 to draw. We could use this. It's probably better to use this as a quick spell, so pardon me as I do another Runecraft misplay. That always happens. We play this for 0 from Ironstaff Mechanic. Ooh, we don't get the Evo though. So the Evo is you can play one for 5 less, but I don't think that matters too much, honestly. We've already got a full board. Actually, hold on. I misplayed again. We can't play because there's two amulets in here. So what happens? I would say that what actually happens? So I pulled that and I can't actually play it. So when I Evo, I can't actually pull this. So this is, see what I mean, guys? Runecraft is a combo deck, and you know, too big brain for me. So instead of evolving this, which it won't give me anything, maybe it is evolving this. Maybe it is evolving Electo, but you know, it costs 5 less to play. I can't play it anyway because my board is full. I can't really trade because they don't have rush. Maybe this was a bad idea, but whatever. Whatever. Very interesting situation. I haven't been in this exact situation before, but look at this. They all get 5 plus 2 plus 2. That's pretty worrying for the opponents, I'd say. So what are they gonna do? If they clear my board, clear my amulets, and I've got some big beefy guys going on, we'll see. This isn't realistic, but we're going to pretend that on our next turn, our board is empty, right? Very unrealistic, actually, because it's turn 9. Actually, they could Bahamut. They could Bahamut, so it is a bit more realistic. Okay, we'll say it's that. We head into turn 9 with this setup. Everything in our EX series plus 2 plus 2. We have a very, it's an okay hand. It's not a very anything hand. What do we do? Well, we can't play this because our EX area is full. Could play this. Do we have a spell that we want? Not really. Daria doesn't work. What's our spell chain? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spell chain. Even we have 5 spells in hand. We kind of want to discard our hand. It wouldn't be bad. And also, our followers go for spell chain. But what do we follow up with? It's 6. We can't follow up with anything. Should we just draw first? I guess we will. We'll just draw for 1. We have 8 left. Not really what we want. Okay, we'll play this for 1, I guess. Oh. Again, bad order. I should have played this and then drawn, but it doesn't matter. It's only 1 counter. So we are at 7 play points. What do we do with 7 now? We don't have 7 spells, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't even have 7 spells for Mithril Golem. Damn, we're in a tough position. Do we just drop Juno? It seems too weak though. Seems a bit too weak. Maybe we clear the board, but no, if we got cleared, other opponents would have got cleared as well. Maybe it's... Wait. It's the Altered Fate angle. Let's go. Altered Fate. Shuffle 5. And the opponents all have, let's say, 5 cards in deck. This is immediately 20. Oh my gosh. I should have seen that combo. I was so blind. Okay. Unlikely to be 30, right? But pretty likely to be 20 now. So we Altered Fate them, and then we draw 6. Everybody else draws 5, so that's 21. Let's say some people drew 1 higher or 1 lower, that's fine. So 21 is totally fine. Then we Evo. Then we strike, deal 10 damage to everyone. Lovely. How much mana do we have left? So we played Malakio for 1, Altered Fate for 2. We also dropped an Insight for 1, so we actually have 5 left. What do we do with 5 left? We just float. We have a lot of options to defend ourselves, so we float with 5. And we could even protect this. If people start trying to attack into this, we can bounce them. Actually, we have... Yeah, okay. So let's go around. Opponent's turns. Let's say someone tries to... Is it worth protecting? Depends on the board state, but pretty likely you don't want to defend this. You want to defend your health. Alright, this is going to die anyway. There's a bunch of followers, let's say 2, 3, 4 on player's turn. So this is not likely to survive. But let's say something does come into your face. What you can do is for 2 here, just return it, save yourself like 6 health or something. You can't play this anymore, so you take a bit more damage, and at the end of the previous opponent's turn, you just pop this quick spell as well. So look, top 4, reveal a spell. Watch me draw followers. Nope. Reveal a spell from among them, add it to your hand. Bury a spell and put the rest on the bottom. We bury this. That goes well with Raisho. But it won't be discounted, so I guess we put this. I don't know, I'm playing a bit loose here now. So we've made it to turn 10, we draw. Honestly, it's a bit useless to practice up until this point because there's so many variables we can't take into anymore. But yeah, you get the general idea. This is what we've got at turn 10. For fun, let's just see. Let's just play this for fun. See what we get, assuming that everything is gone. Because I don't really get to play Daria much. It's too situational. So 5 cards. Boom, 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 boom. Garbage. Okay. See you next time. That's all for the Runecraft deck demonstration.